Good morning to all present here to the class. Today, I want to discuss the remaining part of the first unit of your compensation and reward system. Okay, in today's class, I want to discuss on, yeah, I'll take this part as a later. What are the employees benefits are there? What I already given one assignment to you people. That is, I want to discuss that later. First, I want to finish my part. Then I will take this as a major part as per your exam point of view. Okay, then I discussed here commission, how do commission work, advantages, disadvantages of commission, base pay, reward, remuneration, then bonus, then what's the payment of bonus act, eligibility component, minimum or maximum or at time limit of bonus payment, disqualification of bonus, calculation of bonus, examples, compliance, pay model. And today, now, in this particular slide, I want to discuss on. I started already in last class, but I will enter the.
Excuse me, sir, you're not
All of you, please come
audible.
in video mode. I'm audible, Jasmina. Hello. I'm audible.
Audible.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
In today's class, I want to discuss on this particular slide. I already discussed in last class also. Okay. What is this exactly in the pay model compensation? See here, in this particular model, there is
इकडे ये तर बस ह्या बाजूला बस
listen. Please mute your speaker. Rashmi Magdum, please mute your speaker. Okay. Uh, in today's class, I want to discuss on 3 points here. Basically, in this pay model compensation, we need to concentrate on. First one is on objectives. Second, policies. Then, what kind of techniques you are going to implement to your worker or to the organizations to maintain or to motivate to your employee. Okay, for the purpose to smooth run of your organization. Okay, you need to follow this pay model compensation. Here, uh, in this pay model compensation, first thing is you need to analyze the objectives of the company. So if you once you are clear about your objectives, then it becomes very easy for you people to understand what is that objectives. Then you need to communicate your objectives with your employees, so they can also understand better about the organization. Then they can perform as per the need of the organization. First, I mentioned here it is efficiency. Means it includes like whether the employees are efficient to do the work or no. For the purpose to analyze that, okay, efficiency is the basic main objective of any organization. So you need to analyze the performance of the employees. Performance, it includes all, like again, what's their quality of work, okay, how you are maintaining relationship between your and your customers and stockholders. Stockholders are who? Stockholders are the shareholders of the company. So how you are maintaining your particular relations with you people and customers and shareholders, and for the purpose to run that particular organization, okay, what's the cost is there, okay, what is the cost to manufacture any product, what is the cost of that any compensation, before going to give any compensation to the worker, you need to analyze that. So those are coming under the efficiency. Then fairness in the sense, without discriminating any employee, okay, you have to give them better chance, you have to uh, 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 maintain that such a kind of satisfaction level of your employees, that is fairness. So then compliance in the sense, you need to maintain such a kind of your any fairness, again you need to follow the rules and regulations of the company with respect to the law, with respect to what kind of particular rules and regulations are there, what kind of acts are there. As per those particular acts, you need to give them all the facilities, means you need to follow the legislations of the country, legislations of the state with respect to the any industry. So these are the main particular objectives you need to follow. Each and every employee, employer, founder, you need to follow the objectives of the organization. So these are the major three as per the pay model compensation. There are majorly three basic main objectives are there. So on the basis of these three particular objectives only, the whole organization is dependent. Not only any single industry, all industries are going to maintain their particular smoothness towards their objective, like efficiency, fairness, and compliance. Then coming to policies, depend on the four pillars only. Depend on the four pillars only. Your whole organization policies are dependent. So depend on these four particular pillars only. Okay, you need to again do your work, or if there is any techniques you are going to implement for your organization, depend on these four major policies only, those techniques are dependent. So in that, first one is alignment. Alignment. Alignment means, in the sense, it is the proper alignment between employer and employee. You should give work as per the need of the organization, as well as the qualifications from the employees. So whether they are capable to do work or no, you have to align the proper work by analyzing the work of the employees and what you described about your particular any job or any openings in the organization. So depend on that, you need to align your employees for your specific job. And evaluation, you need to evaluate their particular any certification and evaluate their any extra knowledge in a any curricular activities, what they are doing, okay, what their quality. So depend on this only, again that internal structure of the company is dependent. This is coming under the one of the major pillar of the organization. We can call that as a first major policies of the organizations to give any compensation or reward to the worker. Then second one is, that is competitiveness. How much you are competitive, how much you are regular, how you are going to maintaining your quality, what kind of particular market demand is there for your particular product, okay, what kind of your brand loyalty, what kind of your brand image in the public, everything you should aware about that. So by depend on that particular competitiveness, means how your competitors they are giving such a kind of compensations to your worker, and how you are providing such a kind of compensations to your and other people, like depend on the qualifications, how you are defining that particular market, how you are analyzing that particular market. That is coming under the second most important pillar of the policies. Competitiveness means, for the purpose to give such a kind of any compensation, you need to survey to your competitors. You need to analyze what are the qualities of work they are expecting. Okay. So it's very, very important to you people that you need to analyze that exactly what is the need by analyzing your competitors and what are the policy lines are there. Okay, please all of you come in video mode. All have to come in video mode, please. Yeah. So you should aware on that and work on by aligning such a kind of any work. Or if you are not capable to know that particular about your competitor, one who are expert in such a kind of things, by awareing about your competitors, by analyzing your competitors, you need to pay them, okay, exact pay structure to your employee. If there is any problem with any pay structure to your employee, you as an employer and employee, no doubt that creates again disputes among you only. So contributions are again on the basis of what particular contribution is there to your employee. What is your as an employer, what is your contributions to your employee by doing such a kind of work, or by taking such a kind of work from the employee? Means how you are giving such a kind of particular more compensation to the employee, like maybe there is any seniority based for a compensation you are providing them, or any performance based one, or any merit guidelines one, or any incentives programs. Okay, on what basis you are giving them? If there is any exact policies, if you are going to framed in the time of registration, then it becomes very easy for you to give in such a kind of particular facilities to your worker. Okay, seniority based means depend on the experience of the employee. Performance means one whose quality is good, one whose production is good, one whose total behavior is good. On what particular methods you are collecting such a kind of performance? Means again MBO technique is there, barely anchored rating skills are there, right? Then critical incident techniques are there. What I already explained to you people in the recruitment and selection. Okay, there are some particular methods are there. So depend on the merit guidelines, depend on what kind of incentives programs you are giving. Incentives programs are the what? Incentive programs are these are the motivational benefits to the all the workers. By motivating employee, what you are going to provide them some extra benefits, that is called as incentives. Those all are coming into the what are the major contributions are there by the company to your worker. Okay, and that tells that fairness means, when we are going to give any contributions to your employee, there should you need to maintain that fairness. That clarity is important, that transparency level is important. If there is any discrimination is going to happen in the time of what you're going to compensate them more. Okay, again that gives some disputes or conflicts between you and your employee. So as a employer of the organization or HR manager of the organization, you have to maintain that fairness in the organization. Then management, already all people aware about managing, it becomes very easy. No, that is very difficult. Okay, especially to the man force, to maintain all those employees. It is one of the biggest task to maintain all the employees. It is not a silly task. Okay, you need to identify it is the art of getting things done through by others. Management is, it is nothing but it is an art of getting things done through by others. So how you are going to take work from them? Yes, by giving such a kind of work. Okay, maybe while giving such a kind of any work to all the employee, it becomes very easy without any problems. Okay, without any disputes in the organization. as an HR manager, as an higher authority, you need to aware about the costs of the management, and proper communication also plays a very important role. If you are expecting, if is there any changes in the your organization, take an example. Proper communication, proper channel is important. Proper authority is also important. Depend on what kind of method you are implementing, whether it's centralization method or decentralization method. Okay, if there is a centralization method is there, take an example, that will take more time, and it becomes very difficult to communicate to your lower authority, right? That, and it becomes very, sometimes it leads to negative management, negative word of mouth to the employees also, that will create more negativity. So for the purpose to change, if you want to change, means as HR managers, first you need to communicate with them and evaluate with them. Okay, what are the particular how they are behaving, what's the thinking capacity, what is the perception. You need to analyze with your employees by face-to-face counseling, maybe interview, maybe by taking such kind of presentations, maybe by conducting some games in the organization. Means how they are going to behave, how they are going to listen about what you are going to if you are going to giving any such a kind of any presentations. Take an example, depend on the eye expression, body language, okay, face-to-face interaction. You can analyze very easily what kind of particular employees are there in your organization, what is their perception. Okay, if there is any errors are there, you need to identify on the spot, and again take that such a kind of solutions for such kind of problems. So these all are the major points, those are coming under the uh, pay model compensation. Before going to give any compensations to your worker, as an HR manager, as an any owner of the company or investor of the company, you need to concentrate on this particular pay model compensation. See, even in any company, take an example, any company, okay, that a company should follow basic objectives, and any objectives should map to these particular 3 points only, that is efficiency, fairness, and compliance. Okay, then depend on these major four pillars only, any companies that policies are dependent. Proper alignment, competitiveness, contributions, and management. Depend on these 4 points only. As in any organization, they are going to frame their policies with respect to their organization. Without these particular four pillars, nobody is going to frame any policies. That's what these are very important. So, but once when you analyze it very easily, objectives and policies, then it becomes very easy for you to uh, go for any technique, like what I mentioned here, from work analysis to last evaluation. Okay, these are the technique you can implement to your organization, and you can give better compensation as per by taking such a kind of any work from the workers. Okay, the next point, that is here only what I mentioned, what I discussed up to here. Again, I mentioned same thing here, that is pay model of compensation objectives. What I mentioned, compensation systems according to the pay model of compensation are developed to achieve organizational objectives. First thing is, you need to aware about what is the vision. When there is a vision, then you need to frame that mission. Okay, for the purpose to reach that any vision. Okay, what kind of missions are there, objectives are there. Okay, everything you need to work on that. So as shown in the image, means in the figure, these include efficiency, honesty, and observance of the major rules. In that particular efficiency, what I mentioned to you people, that is effective remuneration system contribute to efficiency in the form of improved performance. Okay, if there is any effective remuneration is there, if there is a good efficient employees are there, then that will enhances the motivations to your employee, that will enhances the performance of the employee, and it enhances the better quality of your product, and also it gives the better relationship with your customers. When there is a good service to your customers, no doubt that will enhances the satisfied customers or lower costs. Then fairness. Fairness refers to designing and introducing a reward system that rewards performance and meets the needs of the employees. If there is any proper fairness is there, okay, by depend on that you need to give them better particular any compensation. Fairness is the foundation for healthy work relationship, what I mentioned here, for the purpose to run your organization smoothly, okay, which means it's an important that employees are treated fairly and get a salary that matches the work they do as per the work what they are doing now, as per their particular worth of the job, okay, their worth of the quality of work, their productivity, their output. You need to give them better salary, okay. Then only it becomes very easy for you to expect more work from the employees, more quality work from the employees, more production, and it again enhances the interactive interactive marketing between the your employees and end users. Then only it is called coming into the fairness. If there is no any transparency, if there is no any such a kind of any fairness, it becomes very difficult. As an HR manager, you no need to expect anything from the employee, okay, but properly you need to maintain that fairness to your organization. Then conformity. Conformities are again in the form of with respect to the law, with respect to the legislation, with respect to the all the acts related to your employees. Depend on the time while you are registered your particular company. In that time, what are the rules and regulations you are implementing for your organization, okay, in the time of registration, means those particular laws should be reached to your employee without discriminating, and as per the work you need to provide them all the facilities, okay. Like take an example, minimum wages act is there, right? Minimum wages act is there, then after that provident fund act is there, okay, fringe benefit act is there, okay, maternity benefit act is there, okay, plenty of acts are there. But as per what you mentioned in the time of registration, whether you are giving such a kind of fairness, if whether you are giving such a kind of all those acts, if you are running your business as per the laws or no, you need to verify that as an HR manager. You mentioned already bonuses. I will give bonuses also. Bonus act is also there. Commission act is there. Okay, plenty of acts are there. As an if you are going to take any work, if you are a very hard worker to take such a kind of work from the employees, take an example, believe me, likewise you need to give back to their employees also, okay. If they are doing any 1 hour extra work, if they are doing any half an hour extra work, means you should give them extra remuneration also. So that is what conformity, that should be confirmed what kind of particular acts you are implemented already, whether you are giving all those facility or no, you need to confirm first. Then only that will enhance us. Then that only commit to your worker and you people to reach that particular goal. That's what compensation models have to conform to the requirements of various central and national salary legislation and regulations. Conforming with regulations is an integral part of any organization that wants to act in accordance with the law. When laws change, the compensation system has to be changed as well. See, if I am in this uh, um, uh, you know, giving such a kind of concentration means, see, day by day market conditions are changing. There is no constant market situation in this particular corona situation, okay. Market situation is somewhat we are in decline, okay. The thing is as per the market condition, what is the market level is there, okay. Economic conditions of the country depend on all these points. We need to follow the rules and regulations. Suppose take an example, last year we had minimum wages what we provided to our laborers, that is different. But in this year, as per the market level, okay, that is increasing. Again we should give them more as compared to last year. So as per the act, okay, as per the amendments, as per the need, okay, we need to change such a kind of any conformity. We need to follow again the rules and regulations. We need to confirm first what kind of particular present acts are there. So on the basis of that, we need to give such a kind of better services to the our employees. Okay, then next point is, that is compensation system, compensation system policies, what I mentioned in this slide. Go through this slide. Those are, 1 minute, yeah, these are the techniques what I mentioned here in that policies. Okay, alignment, four pillars what I mentioned here: alignment, competitiveness, contributions, and management plays a very important role. See, in this particular model, okay, especially in compensation system policies, okay, policies are the major things to run your organization, right? You already framed the objectives, but without policies it becomes very difficult. Nobody is going to follow any rules and regulations of the company. Nobody is going to give such a kind of any respect to the HR managers. Nobody is going to give any such a kind of output to the organization. Nobody is going to hesitate to the any higher authority, because there is no any such a kind of policies framed by the organization. So, for the purpose to take more profit, for the purpose to run your organization, proper policies you need to frame before in hand. That's what. According to the pay model of compensation, the compensation system has to relate to internal consistency. Internal consistency in the sense internal marketing, internal employees, internal workers, including top level and all employees. We all are internal workers, internal marketing. Okay, so for the purpose to internal consistencies are nothing but these are the major relationship between employer and employee. What kind of policies you are going to frame without harming to any employee, relate to internal consistency. Competitive performance, for the purpose to uh, create such a kind of competitive performance in your organization, you need to frame better policies without harming to your employees. Means you have to follow your competitors policies, how they are framing their policies, and how you are framing, what is the need of your employee, total how many employees you are needed, what kind of organization you have, what is your total output, what is your total revenue in a year, what is the cost, everything you need to work. If there is a proper analysis before going to frame any policies, then it becomes very easy for you to, by analyzing your number of employees, you can mention that your competitive performance and the contribution of employees. What I mentioned, these are the, please underline that, these are the four pillars on which the policy of compensation structure is based. If you are going to give any compensation, these are the major pillars. First one is, that is alignment. Your second unit is, that is internal alignment. In your compensation and reward system, your second unit is on totally internal alignment. But in policies, okay, what I mentioned here, that is alignment. What alignment? Car wheel alignment. Yes, this is also like that only. This is also car wheel alignment only. The alignment between employer and employee. Policies without harming to any employee. How you are going to align, okay, your particular work to your employee. How you are going to distribute such a kind of work. How you are going to frame the policies. How you are going to frame the objectives. How you are going to take such a kind of work, how you are going to maintain that fairness. Those all are coming into the alignment. How you are going to concentrate on the salaries of your employees by analyzing your competitors, right? Those all are coming under alignment itself. Internal alignment refers to aligning the salaries for similar types of job. Okay, who is maintaining such a kind of a particular job as your competitor, how much they are paying to their employee, and what are the facilities, and how much you are giving such a kind of salary to your worker. You need to analyze that properly. That is alignment. You need to align that. Means likewise, here it is not only I'm concentrating on the salary, means like that employees you need to recruit. For them only you need to give compensation. Then only there is a meaning. 1 minute, I will take some, attendance. Click. So, my dear friends, alignment is this not only by you people what you are aligning your particular employee salary. As an HR manager, you need to cross verify. You need to study to the similar job how much they are paying to their worker and how you are paying to your employee, how they are taking their workers work and how you are taking that work, what is the total minimum hours of work and what is your total minimum hours of work. Okay, how they are compensating to their employees, how you are compensating to your employees, what kind of particular acts they are implementing to their organization, what kind of particular acts you are implementing to your organization. It is nothing but it is in comparison between you and other competitors about the working condition of your employees, about your compensation system, about your salaries to the worker. So depend on these all points. Okay, so that is alignment is important. Positions are assessed on their relative contribution to the organization objectives. If the compensation structure is seen as fair by the employees, it will help motivate employees to improve themselves and accept training. If there is again any problem, means you need to give them better training to the worker. So by analyzing these all points, okay, my conclusion is very simple. That is, you need to align that. You need to frame that policies very neatly without harming to your employees. Every each and every point, every aspect should be properly aligned by HR manager. Okay, then that will directly motivate to your employees. Then external competitiveness. Second point. External competitiveness is about the remuneration plan being competitive enough compared to what competitors are offering. How they are offering such a kind of any remunerations to their worker and how you are giving such a kind of any remunerations to your worker. The plan has to offer sufficient benefits for the potential employees to get them interested and keep them. For the purpose to retain your employees, okay, what are the sufficient benefits you are offering them? You need to work on that by external competitiveness. The salaries can't be too high either, as that would negatively impact competitiveness of the products and services. Okay, if the salaries are more, maybe the potential is less. Take an example, again that will harm to the organization. Okay, again you should analyze that employees potential also, what the kind of their work is there, how they are working, what kind of their performance of the quality, everything you need to check. Then only it becomes very easy for you to maintain that external competitiveness. So depend on the external competitiveness only you need to frame your policies to your organization. That's what second pillar is, external competitiveness. Then contributions. As an organization, as an HR manager of the organization of any company, you need to concentrate on the contribution. What is your contribution to the employees, and what is the employee contributions to the to back to the again to the company? Okay, and what is the importance of that particular contribution in the form of by the employees? You are going to analyze that performance, quality of and output of the those people, everything. So here the major thing is you need to concentrate there, like Employee contribution is about how important the performance of the employees is regarding the remuneration model. Strong employee contribution means that incentives and rewards are based on what the employees add. What the employees add in the sense how they are going to uh, give that finishing to their particular work. Okay, how they are going to behave, how they are going to maintain that quality of work. Okay, how they will give respect to the employer or supervisor. Take an example, how they're going to maintain such a kind of relations among the colleagues. Okay, so depend on all these points by analyzing employee contributions. Okay, you need to frame again the policies without harming to the employee. You need to frame the policies. Then management, very important, top level authority. Okay, without harming again to the system. Okay, without harming any single employee. Okay, you need to expect more work from the employee. Likewise, you need to give back them. Okay, the final component of the four policy methods of the pay model compensation is administration. So administration plays a very important role here, managing the compensation structure. Okay, then efficiency is the goal here as well. You need to concentrate on whether your employees are efficient or no, whether they are capable or no. Okay, the system has to work well enough to achieve the objectives. Okay, you need to cross verify. Okay, how they are working in the organization, whether their working is as per the objectives or no. MBO, management by objectives, here plays a very important role. And it is also needs to be an adaptable to react to new requirements as per the new requirements. Today's technology is improving day by day. Okay, so as per the today's technology, all employees are working or no, whether they are updated their no, if there is any updated knowledge is there to your employees, no doubt you can give them better chance of work. Okay, new requirements can be the result of new regulations or new salary objectives for the organization as per the new technology. One who are very aware about the present updates. Okay, for them you can give them better particular salary as per the today's act, as per the today's trend. So these are the major four pillars, those are coming under the any compensation model. Okay, so before going to give any particular policy, before going to frame any policies to your organization in future coming life as an HR manager, you need to think on these major four alignment, these major four particular points you need to follow in your life. That is, one is alignment, external competitiveness, the contribution, and last one is that is management. So there are again there are some methods are there. Okay, but by depend on these all major four pillars, take an example, alignment, that may be external competitiveness, that may be contribution, or that may be management. But any management people, they are going to concentrate on the employee contribution. Contribution plays a very important role. Without nowadays, without any contributions, okay, within a sitting place only, if you are going to expect more particular salary from the employer, means it becomes very difficult to achieve. It becomes very difficult to reach that particular goal by that particular organization. If you are expecting any more particular salary or compensation by the employer, means your contribution